Dave. This is the Cyderbaby show, and today I'm speaking to Francesco from ScreaMachine. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, here it's fantastic. Thank you
Brilliant.
for having me in your program.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for taking the time out. I mean, you're a busy man. You've got an album out on Friday.
Well, yes, I'm a really busy man. No, because for me it's such a pleasure to spread my music and to spend some time talking about that. So it's really nice to be here.
Yeah. ScreaMachine, they've been going not very long, really, in the scheme of things, have they?
No, not really. I think we were we are 40 in 2018, but our first debut album was date back to 2021. So yes, we are quite young, a young band, but not young musician.
Oh, get away.
Yeah, yeah. At a certain point of our lives, we felt the need to pay our tribute to the heavy metal roots that made our life so fantastic. And so
Yeah.
ScreaMachine was the answer to this need.
Yeah. I mean, I reviewed the first album back when it came out on a written.
Did you enjoy him?
I enjoyed it. I really did like it. But I've got to say, after listening to Church of the Scream, which is out on Friday,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a big step up
Wow.
from the first
Thank you.
album.
Thank you very much. And I'm so happy that you are not the only one that it's telling me this. Because of course I think it's a huge step.
Yeah.
But I mean I am a musician, so it's supposed to be like that because it will be useful for me to repeat over and over again the same old album. But I'm so happy that this feeling it's shared with you all.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, your inspiration must come from sort of like mid 80s metal and thrash and music like that. I mean, would that be right?
Yes, of course. Like I was telling you before, our main inspiration are in the gods of metal. We're talking about people like Judas Priest, early
Yeah.
Metallica, Iron Maiden, Saxon, Acceptance, Merciful Fate. Sabotage. I love Sabotage. I'm a huge Sabotage fan. And of course, this is the starting point when we decided to make this band. We wanted to start from here and to see if it was possible to play this kind of music, which now is not very popular because
Mm.
there is a bunch of power metal bands out there and modern metal, but not many new
Heavy
bands are
metal.
playing, yeah, classic heavy metal. We wanted to start it from here and to take it in 2023 to play it with a modern feeling. We were not searching for, a vintage approach.
Mm.
And I know there is a lot of band out there. I'm thinking about maybe Enforcer or maybe some other band that I like very much that are choosing also with the production a more vintage approach, like if they were released in the 80s. That's
Yeah.
not our case. We want to play that kind of music that we love so much, that is still in our heart, but with a modern feeling. So this is what ScreaMachine is about.
Yeah. Well, the album Church of the Scream opens with the Crimson Legacy. It is
Mhm.
a bit of an anthem at the very start, the very first track. It's an anthem of a track. So just tell me a bit about that track.
Yes. Okay. Like every album we love, from the classic, like Iron Maiden, Metallica, the first one has to be an anthem. I'm thinking about SSI, Hit the Lights, or it has to strike hard, strike deadly to the listener. The Crimson Legacy was written by Paolo, the guitar player of ScreaMachine, and also the sound engineer. And it's a very easy and straight in your face song. And
Hmm.
when we were working on that, we knew that it was gonna be the first single because also our singer Valerio had written some very catchy lyrics, and I think the refrain, the chorus, is something that stick in your mind and never leaves. So it's very easy. It's something that it's a good welcome for the people who like the debut album, in my opinion. And they say, okay, we start from here and we're gonna kick your ass for 47 minutes.
Well, you certainly did that. I mean, you barely draw breath for Church of the Scream, which is is the title track. I mean, it's so in your face and so there. It's just
Yeah,
a great track. Just carries on. I mean,
thank you.
you know, I'm a man of a certain age, but I need a breather every now and again. You know.
well, from Church of the Scream, which is the second track and the second single, I think it's possible to understand better what the Church of the Scream album it's about.
Mm.
So if the Crimson Legacy is, I think, a very good single, a very good opener, straight in your face, maybe it could remind you the Metal Monster track, but maybe in a more complex way. With Church of the Scream, you understand what we want to do with ScreaMachine, because I think the sound faced a certain evolution. And this kind of evolution, of course, always remaining loyal to our roots, because we choose this kind of sound. And I think it would be useless to start to play prog or to play ambient music or, I don't know, black metal.
Yeah.
We want to remain on the tracks, but we want also to incorporate all the influences of our past bands and what we like. So from the Church of the Scream song, maybe you start to hear also maybe a bit early Metallica twist, but also some modern twist in the break, you know, with the guitar following the double kick. There is a shreddy solo played by Eduardo. And so it goes on and on. It's an evolution. Maybe the track number 3, Night Asylum, it's more into hard rock, it's more into Accept. And it goes on and on since the last song, which is maybe a 7 song that pays our tribute to pagan epic metal. So something slightly different from what you are waiting for ScreaMachine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the track list here. I've got my notes just on the side, and I love the intro. I love the.
Buy the CD, please.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Not you. You're listening. Also you.
Also me. Yeah.
Please don't let our label fire us, please.
Well, I love the intro. Night Asylum. Revenge Walker.
Sorry, it's water, not beer. Sorry, here in Italy, it's just too early for that.
I have tea.
Oh, it's so British. It's so British.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I have a mug of tea, which has probably got about two gallons of tea in it. It's quite a large mug, so it keeps me going. Back to the music. I mean,
yep.
Revenge Walker reminds me of Early Priest. I'm going to say
it is.
And well, Flag of Damnation. It's just like, wow, that was just what a track. I mean, you know, it's all like all the notes I could, all the words I could think of to describe that track. It's probably got to be my favorite track of the album.
Wow, I like it too, but I know that it's a very it's a song that it's not so how can I say immediate. It's not so easy to keep fast in touch with that kind of song. I can imagine people liking on the first. I hope that some people will like on the first listen the Crimson Legacy. Well, Flag of Damnation, which it's one of my favorite too, because I really much love the epic vibe also of music, even if the song was written by Paolo. It reminds me in a certain way the early Manowar, you know. Of course, it's much more complex. It's a mid-tempo with a long pre-chorus, a long chorus. It takes its time, and you know, a lot of listeners nowadays has lost this ability to give some time to the music, because it's also important to give the music sometimes. You know, if I think about some albums that I really like, I'm thinking about, for example, Gotcha Balder from Sabotage. I was not liking it in the first listen. Maybe not even in the second, but I needed to go on and on to listen, to understand. And maybe Flag of Damnation, that kind of songs are more, you know, need more thinking. No, I mean, we're not prog, we're not opera or doing theater, but it's the atmosphere we have to feel. So I'm so happy that you was able to feel it. So we are on the same frequency.
Good. Pest case scenario. Tell me about scenario. Yeah, tell me about that. Come on.
Yeah.
Just the title.
Yeah, okay. Best case scenario it's one of our you know, tail songs. It's a punch in a personal listener, because in the second half of the album, we have maybe the songs that are slightly complex. So maybe Flag of Damnation, Occam's Failure, even, and of course the Epic of Damnation, the last song, are much more maybe long and structured. So I thought that there was also the need of something more straight, more powerful. In a certain way, it's on the same tracks of the Church of the Scream, but more straightforward. And it's one of the two songs that I written with Alex Melem, which is the leader and the guitar player of Caledon. And of course, he was the guitar player also of ScreaMachine on the first album. But then he felt the need. He was busy, so he wanted to focus more on his band, and I totally understand. So we are a friend. And I was talking to him just half an hour ago because he is waiting for his copy of the CD. So, and best case scenario, it's a song that we wrote together. It's very easy, very in your face, and with a great work, I think, of Valerio, the singer, that really found a vocal line that was able, to blend the approach of thrash metal with the classic metal and Judas Priest.
Yeah. Okay. You close with Epic of Defeat, which is just such an epic track in itself. I mean,
Thank you.
7 or 8 minutes long. You even got guest vocalist in as well. So just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the Epic of Defeat, of course, it's a track. It was written by me, and it's a track that I have in my heart. It's something special. When I was telling you about this evolution of ScreaMachine, this is what I was meaning. For this album, I had no. I wanted also to be brave. I mean, to go to explore all the sides of heavy metal, because when you're talking about heavy metal, it's like talking about rock. Okay, what is rock? What is metal? You can explore a lot. You can go maybe on more in the darker side, more in the epic side, more in the trashy side, more in the hard rock vibes. Okay, and Epic of Damnation, it shows my love for band like Bathory, like of course early Manowar, like Candlemas, but also there is a bridge where you can understand why we have the guest there, because on this track that we have also a singer, Davide Damnagoras, from Alban King, the singer from Alban King. That it's a great friend of mine since a lot of time. And in the break of the song, you can hear also my love for pagan metal and also from black and extreme metal. There is this change of atmosphere right in the middle, which I think it really fits to the song, and it makes the whole song very interesting. And it's, I think, the most ambitious song I've ever written so far for ScreaMachine. So I really hope the people will take their time to listen to it, because there is a lot of things. There is a really great solo by Eduardo. There is this great performance from Damna. And the whole riffing, it's, we studied a lot. I think it's really well arranged. So I hope the people will like it.
Yeah. For you, what is the song that is ScreaMachine? What one song says, this is who we are, this is ScreaMachine?
Not easy. Let me see. I think I'm really satisfied because every one of these songs really shows a side of the band, but there's still our sounds that you can focus on it. I mean, we are not trying to doing cover or other bands. We're not writing, maybe the song is like Iron Maiden, the other one is like Metallica, the other one is like Saxon. No, maybe I think that Crimson Legacy, it's very, very easy, but there is also all about ScreaMachine, the will to have really anthemic chorus, a good arrangement, a true love for heavy metal, and a really good guitar solo and some soaring screams. So I'll go with Crimson Legacy and with Church of the Scream for the more complex side of the band.
Okay, that's brilliant. Well, thank you for taking the time. Are you thinking of touring as well with ScreaMachine? Are you going to be touring Europe?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. I think when you start a band that play with this sound, you mainly want to be on stage. This is important for us. Nah, just kidding. I really like to experiment in studio to work with with all the layers of the song and stuff like that. But of course, I'm a musician since 20, not more than 25 years, man. And so on the stage, it's where we all feel alive, and all the songs we made, they are made thinking about the stage. So in few weeks, we are gonna play here in Rome, first show with a band called Vanexa, which is a very old band from Italy, one of the prime mover of the metal scene in Italy. And then I think we are gonna arrange with our agency some other dates here in Italy, some other shows here in Italy, but after the summer, because of course during the summer, there is the festival time, and our album was just released now, so we didn't have the time to be booked on the festival. So I think we're gonna, in autumn, there are gonna be a lot of shows from ScreaMachine, and of course we are trying to also to play in Europe, which it's not really easy right now because all of the cost of the expense of the promoter are really scared. So if you're not a very important band that brings a lot of people, it's really difficult to find a promoter brave enough to point on you, even if we, of course, have a real rock and roll. We jump on our van and we go, even in, I don't know, in the North Pole. It's okay without guitars on, but we are trying to work also on this. Let's hope that this album will be really well received, because this is, of course, will be a good step to have ScreaMachine also in Europe and maybe in England.
Okay. Well, Church of the Scream is out on Friday, the 12th of May, on the Frontiers label as well, which is very good. And thank you for taking the time to speak to me today. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, man, for your support, and hope you like the whole album, and I hope to hear you soon for the third album, of course.
Okay. Francesco, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.